So hello students. Now I will brief you about the course, how to prepare the course, what important things you should keep in mind while preparing this course. Now I have mentioned here six important points. Number one, you have to prepare the notes. Number two, the assignments given to you in the class are very important. So please prepare accordingly. And we have a midterm examination pattern. So that examination pattern you have to follow. And you have previous year question papers that are very important, and you have to draw some schematic layouts in the answer sheets, some block diagrams, so they are helpful in securing the marks. Then express your answer in a point wise. Now what do you mean by point wise? Means you do not have to give a lengthy paragraph, only you have to express your answer in point. So point, figure, explanation is sufficient to score marks in the examination pattern. Now we'll start with today's topic, that is matter, energy and life. Now we know that the planet Earth is basically, if we distinguish it in terms of our spheres, so there are four spheres: biosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So what do you mean by matter, life, matter, energy and life? You know that there is a life cycle. In that life cycle, how the energy is been flowing in the world. We have the consumers, we have the decomposers, then we have the generation of various types of gases, and then we have the plant that are absorbing these gases, and then again the cycle goes on, and these are the matters cycles and how the energy flow. Now I come to the next slide, lithosphere. Now what do you see from a lithosphere? It's basically the solid outer layer of the earth that includes the crust and the uppermost part of the mantle. So it is one of the Earth's major geospheres, along with the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. So basically, the lithosphere is characterized by its rigidity and the role in transforming the Earth's landform, continents, and ocean basins. Now, here in the schematic layout, you can see in the Earth crust, if we do the scaling part, then through the scaling, you can see we have the inner core, we have the outer core, then we have the mantle, and then we have the top layer, that is the lithosphere. So lithosphere basically consists of all the rocks and minerals. All right. So when we are studying this course, so emphasis is given on the lithosphere. Then we have the biosphere. Now biosphere is basically made up of all the living organism, including your plants, including your animals, including your species that are in the oceans. So the biosphere is the zone of earth where life exists, and it also encompasses all the living organism and their interaction with the physical world. So it is one of the major earth's geospheres, along with lithospheres, solid outer layer, hydrosphere, the water, and the atmosphere, air. So the biosphere includes variety of ecosystems, habitats that basically supports a diverse range of plants, animals, and microbial life. Then we have the hydrosphere. So basically the hydrosphere, it is the water in all of the liquid and solid compartments such as your ocean, rivers, ice, and groundwaters. So the hydrosphere basically refers to the total amount of water on Earth's surface. It includes all the ocean, lakes, and the groundwaters, and even water vapors in the atmosphere. So it is one of the Earth's major geospheres along with the atmosphere. Air, lithosphere, solid outer layer, and biosphere. So the hydrosphere, it plays a very important role in shaping the Earth's surface. supporting life, regulating climate, and providing essential resources. Then we have the very important is the layer in the atmosphere. So we have the thin layer in the gases separating the Earth from the outer space. So we have first is the troposphere, then we have stratosphere, then we have the mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. So the kilometer range is from 0 to 12 kilometers. That is the troposphere. Then we have the stratosphere, it ranges from 11 to 50 kilometers. Then we have the mesosphere, it ranges from 40 to 50 kilometers. Then thermosphere, we have 80 to 90 kilometers. Or then the last is the exosphere, we have 800 to 300,000 kilometers. So basically, these are the layer of the Earth atmosphere. You can see the temperature as you go above. You can see there is the variation in the temperatures. All right. So variation in the temperature, very important. Now we come to the paragraph part, the composition. When we talk of the composition, the atmosphere is basically composed of nitrogen, oxygen, and which traces other gases such as your carbon dioxide, water vapors, and argon. Now these gases are very essential for various biological and physical processes. Then when we talk about layer, then the atmosphere is being divided into distinct layers based on the temperature change with the respective altitude. Now these layers include tropospheres where weather occurs, then we have the stratosphere that contains the ozone layer, then we have mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere as we discussed earlier. Now as we discussed the ozone layer, so it is a basically within this stratosphere it consists ozone layer and it has a high concentration of O3 molecules, and it absorbs and scatters much of the sun's harmful UV rays and protecting the life on Earth from its harmful effect. Now, depletion of this ozone layer is also an very, you can say, challenging for all the researchers, because depletion means there will be direct radiation and that would be harmful. Then we have the weather and the climate. The weather and the climate basically plays a very critical role, and it has a long-term pattern. When we refer, it has temperature, humidity, wind, and precipitations. Then we discuss of the atmosphere, the greenhouse effect. So we have certain gases in the atmosphere such as carbon dioxide, water vapors. They all are being trapped from the sun and keeps the plant warm. Now this phenomena is known as the greenhouse effect, and it is essential to maintain the habitat temperature range. Then we discuss about the air pressure. The weight of the atmospheric exerts pressure on the Earth's, and the atmospheric pressure decreases with increase in the altitude. So different pressure drives wind patterns and weather systems comes under the this air pressures. Now when we discuss of the key elements, now what are the key elements? Now living things are being characterized by 6 key elements, that are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. So when we discuss of the living thing characteristics, so these elements are very important in terms of the matter and life cycle. Now we have the carbon cycle. Now carbon cycle basically is a very natural process through which carbon, that is an essential component, or you can say the element for life, is exchanged between various uh, you can say components. Atmosphere, including the atmosphere, oceans, land, living organism. So the cycle involves the movement of carbon in different forms such as carbon dioxide. You have organic matter, carbonates, as it transitions between reservoirs and under various processes. So this carbon cycle plays a very important role in regulating Earth's climate, supporting the life on the planet. So now in my next session, I will discuss about other cycles that are important, such as your nitrogen cycles and other life cycle analysis in terms of the environmental studies. So looking forward for more students to be enrolled for this particular course, and they can reap the benefit from this course. So thank you.